Hey folks, we're here to talk about building out your unit's calendar for the coming year, making sure that you have adventure planned and your families are ready to engage. This is a really important project to take on an annual basis for both the returning families as well as new families looking to join your troop or pack. Letting people see that you have a well thought out and organized calendar year shows that the program is ready to receive them, shows that they're going to have a fantastic time, and it often opens the doors for not only the youth to stay plugged in, but more adults to engage and volunteer also. We've prepared a tool that is a 20-month long calendar. You can get it from your district executive or from your commissioner, and it is set up so that each month is one page. Top half of the page is the calendar, and the bottom half has some menu offerings and things like that. We strongly recommend that your calendar begin as late as August 1st and go through at least July 31 of next year. This follows the academic cycle, which a lot of families still have in their head as the scouting cycle. It also matches our charter cycle, which is helpful and convenient in that regard. The calendar that we have produced is good all the way through December 31st of 2022, though, so you can extend beyond just the next year. As a reminder, for some of these events, families can sign up as individuals, and for some of the events, you're going to want to sign up at the unit level. Just pay attention to that and be aware of it. Share that with your families as you get closer to the events you're selecting. Also, all the events listed here are appropriate for scouts to attend regardless of where they geographically live. So just because one district is putting on a training or an activity doesn't mean that other folks can't participate. Everyone is welcome to join. When it comes time for things like camporees, maybe the weekend that your district's camporee is taking place just doesn't match your calendar needs or availability. In that case, let's still make sure you have that experience by visiting with a different district. So let's take a look at it. As we build the calendar, we're going to start with the top half of the page, and we're going to fill in some known dates that we have. We're going to put our troop or pack meeting schedule on here. We've got some popular returning campouts and events that we do on an annual basis. Let's make sure to list those. Let's mark when spring break is for our community. Maybe your charter organization has some expectations. They want you to be a part of Scout Sunday with them in February, or they have a pancake breakfast that they'd like some support and help with, and it's a chance for you to give back there. Let's get those things marked first, and then we can build around those for our other opportunities. The bottom half of the page on the left-hand side is designed to be sort of our menu. These are those program offerings and opportunities that exist, and so you can find the ones that fit your needs and or your interests and slot those in to the calendar. You may need to go back and revise some of those things that you had already presumed were going to take place on top. Maybe there's a camporee that's taking place and it happens to fall on top of when you normally do some car camping or something like that, and you decide you'd rather do the camporee. Just be aware of it. You don't have to change your schedule, but you can. On the right-hand side, we've got some best practices. And these are things that don't fit onto one specific day necessarily, but these are items that you should be considering this time of year. It really helps from an organizational management and making sure that you're ready for some of that back-end committee-style work that needs to take place to have a well-run, efficient scouting unit. We've put it all together in an example. And so in our mock-up here, you can see that the troop meetings for this unit take place on Mondays. You can see that the committee meetings take place on the first Sunday of the month. We've signed up. We're going to be attending a camporee from the 15th until the 17th. And we know where that was. We were able to sign up for that one because on the bottom half of the page, we saw it right there. You can see I circled it to make sure I didn't forget to put it on my calendar. This level of detail is really helpful at this time. You don't need to have the fullness of each event listed. It's about casting a vision so those families can dial in with you and they can be on board. So maybe in the month of September, you know that your pack is going to do a family hike on the second Saturday of September. It's right after we've completed our recruitment drive. We want to have an outdoor opportunity for all of our scouts, new and returning, so we're going to go on a group hike. I haven't picked what trail we're going on yet. I can't tell you the details like that, but I can say it's a family hike on the second Saturday in September. That's a great sort of thing to set in there. The next steps and how you can utilize this are pretty simple and pretty direct. Visit with your troop or pack committee and build out your draft of that calendar. Talk to your unit commissioner or your district executive to get the soft copy like we mentioned. Those folks would also love if you invited them to attend the calendar planning session with you. They'd love to pull up a chair and talk about some of the activities going on. After this, let's build out the next year's budget so that we can fully fund those adventures that you outlined. So start by figuring out what the fun is going to be, and then we'll talk about paying for it. And then last but not least, share this with your families. Cub Scout packs especially, we've got a branded name for it. We're calling it Back to Pack. It's an opportunity to share the calendar, re-engage all the families before the school year starts. It's a great way to close out your recharter cycle and make sure that everyone has recommitted on a volunteer level and on a scout level. So build the calendar, check the budget, and then tell your scouting community about it, and have a goal to have all of this done by early or mid-July so those families can receive the calendar before recharter is done and before the next year starts. That's all we've got today. I thank you and hope you have a wonderful scouting day.